Welcome to Lesson 6 for Hearts. In this lesson, we want you to address how to make self-care and your needs a priority. We know this is especially difficult for shapes like yours, who tend to be people pleasers. Somewhere along the line, as a small child, you picked up a subconscious belief that being nice, making others happy, and being an unselfish person was the right way to live. And all of those things are good. They're noble. The problem comes when you do these things instead of being nice to yourself, making you happy and making yourself as important as other people. Most of us grew up believing one end of this chart was better because the other side is the greater evil. Some people were taught or started believing that being a doormat, being weak or too nice, and not looking out for yourself was the greater evil, or the thing to avoid. These people became strong, protective, and a little too selfish in an effort to protect themselves. You picked up the opposite. You thought being mean, cold, selfish, and focused on yourself was the greater evil, and they were the things to avoid. So instead, you became loving, but nice, but weak, scared, and a little too selfless. You became a people-pleasing doormat to some degree. Can you see this in yourself? Is it hard to say no? Can you be guilt manipulated into doing things you don't want to do? We want this lesson to give you permission to move a little towards center, to learn how to value all people the same amount, meaning making you as important as everyone else. The problem we find with shapes like you is that even if we get you a little more balanced, you think you're on the selfish side. You think taking care of yourself at all feels wrong. We tell you this so you know how far you have to go. It's time to give yourself permission to take care of yourself more than you have ever before. It's time to understand that self-care isn't selfish at all. It's wise and balanced. It's healthy. It's the way you should be living if you want to have healthy relationships. You may subconsciously think people-pleasing creates good relationships, but it isn't true, because when you overgive, a couple of bad things happen. 1, you teach the people in your life to expect you to sacrifice all the time. And they come to expect you to do that. And then they don't even appreciate it once you do it for them. If you pull back and start taking care of yourself too, they will resist this at first. They will make you feel selfish, but you're not. You just have to give them time to understand the way you were living before wasn't healthy. 2, you start to realize your bucket is empty, and you give until you're completely empty and explode, usually with an impressive meltdown, which only makes the people in your life lose respect for you. 3, you are subconsciously choosing a belief that other people are more important than you are. And when this is what you put out into the world, guess what? It comes back. More people who don't value you and more experiences where you are put last. But you're creating all of this. We are officially giving you permission today to change this, to shift the way you see the value of all people, especially yourself, and start doing some self-care. What this looks like is different for everyone. Some of us need time alone or exercise. Some need validation. Some others need time with friends, more sleep, or time to read and do activities they enjoy. Whatever fills your bucket. Look at your calendar this week and schedule in 3 self-care activities. Then do these 3 things for yourself this week with no guilt. This is an important part of this exercise. You must do the self-care and honor your own value enough to feel good about doing it. You are important and valuable. You're deserving of the same kind of care you give everyone else. You can do this.